My new neighbor threatened to sue me if I didn't remove the fence, so I completely removed it. She came to me pleading to put it back because her house was destroyed. About 5 or 6 years ago, I built a fence in my backyard. I talked to my neighbors, and we decided on a good place to build the fence. We knew an approximate property line based on some survey pins, but they were too cheap to pay for a surveyor. We shook hands, and I built the fence. It was a great deal for my neighbors. I paid for everything and built the fence, and all they had to do was give me a thumbs up when it was done. Then, a year later, they sold their house. That meant I got a new neighbor. More specifically, I got Ann. She was from the big city, was a realtor, and had flipped 8 houses in 12 years. She loved this new house and planned on staying for a long time. And she had a dog. Razzie was a German Shepherd mix that spent most of the day outside while I went to work. It aggressively approached children, animals, insects, and plants, waving in the breeze. Razzie also, as Ann once told me, loved to chew on furniture. That's why it stayed outside so much. About 6 months after she moved in, I saw a surveyor walking around my neighborhood, paying special attention to my backyard. The next day, Ann showed up at my front door with a stack of papers and asked me if I would pay her for the 9 inches my fence was encroaching onto her property. I explained the handshake deal with the last neighbor, but she had no part. She wanted the fence moved or money, but there were no discussions. She had spoken to her lawyer friend and was happy to take me to court over the fence. She said, "I don't know how you guys do it out here in the sticks, but where I come from, we follow the rules." So, I got rid of the fence. The next day, I unscrewed the horizontal rails from the brackets, stacked the fence panels against my garage, and pulled up the fence posts with my work van. About a week later, Ann showed up at my front door again. She wants to know when I will be building a new fence. It turns out that without my portion of the fence, she has been unable to leave Razzie unattended for fear that he will run away, attack something, or get hit by a car. She also told me she can't keep him in the house all day while she's at work anymore. Her furniture and carpet are all but ruined. I told her, "Well, Ann, I'm not rebuilding the fence. I don't want any legal trouble, and the best way to stay out of trouble is not to build near your property." The look on her face was priceless. I thought she was going to cry. She tried to protest, saying that she needed the fence back and would even help pay for the new one. She told me how much she loved the style and aesthetic of the old one. It was just the location that she had a problem with. I stood firm. There would be no new fence. She never got a fence. She made half-hearted attempts to put up some bamboo fencing, but Razzie tore through that stuff like wet newspaper. Eventually, I sold my place and moved away.